morning, friends. Mark Holmes here, of course, with my buddy Cowboy Joe, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe B Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. So get over it. And let's wake up the football gods here this morning. Man, today is the first day of the rest of your life. And today, I've got to do something. I've got to do better than what I'm doing right now. And today is actually launch day of my cooking / I got to do better for my health channel. They're going to be, of course, all my regular recipes and stuff, how to do the Jobu wings and things like that. We're going to be doing like some live cooking and stuff on it after I get enough subscribers and things on it. But also, too, I've got to lose weight. Got to get my blood pressure down, got to get my cholesterol down and stuff. And so if you're in the same boat, definitely I will put the link in the description once I've finished setting that channel up. But it will be cooking recipes, keto in there, and kind of a diary of what I'm doing and how I'm doing with it. And I invite anybody who is older than me, old, unhealthy, or wanting to get healthier, people that need support and want to try and do this together to join in. So with that being said, what we learned yesterday, I want you to take a look right here. Bengals win on last second field goal. Bam. 49ers win on last second field goal. Bam. Rams win on last second field goal. Bam. And Chiefs win in overtime with a touchdown. But if you have been one of us Cowboy fans that have been pissed off because of the 14 seconds, the quarterback sneak where the middle of the field was open, they weren't going to let us get to the outside. If you're a Cowboy fan and you're still pissed off about that, the Buffalo Bills have to be pissed off at their coaches for the blunder that they made. I watched the first quarter, and then I went upstairs to my workshop, and I was working at the workshop. You know, I got my CNC machine, and that's my other channel, my day job. I'm learning how to use the machine, and I'm so excited about the things it can do. And it's kind of like, oh, let me make this. Oh, let me make that. Oh, that didn't work. Let me try it this way. So I'm like literally like a kid at Christmas with there. So definitely check out Jobu's day job, because that's where you can see this machine in action, and it's bad. And we're going to be doing some really cool stuff merchandise-wise. So I'm kind of half watching the game in there, and finally finished up, and it was like the last 2 minutes of the game. And here it is, Buffalo takes the lead, and Kansas City goes back, takes the lead, kicks the field goal, goes to overtime. It's just like seesaw. It was like 173 yards Pat Mahomes had in like the last 2 minutes of the game or something like that. It was just insane how it went. And it's going into overtime, and I came back downstairs here. It's me and Mike watching, and we're just kind of like in disbelief because this is exciting. This is exciting. And the Bills are about to kick off, and I said, squib kick it. Squib kick it, meaning you kick it so it bounces on the field. You want it to bounce on the field because you want somebody to touch it, because the moment someone touches it, the clock starts to run. Yes, you're risking somebody running it back, but generally speaking, that squib kick ends up being, it's rolling around. It's harder to get everybody, in formation to make that return, and it usually will end that you waste 6-7 seconds on that easily. The Bills didn't do this. This is coaching 101. There's 13 seconds, and most people are like, it's 13 seconds. 13 seconds, they don't have enough time to get field goal range. It's Pat Mahomes. It's Andy Reid. You don't want to put it in the hands of Pat Mahomes. You would better put it in to a kick returner, burning up some of the clock. They didn't do it. They leave 13 seconds, not a single second ticked off because they kicked it in the end zone. They tie the score up, they never get a chance again to touch the football. They just don't. And that is the lesson of this. Kicking matters. Greg Zuerlein missed a bunch of kicks and stuff. And not that the kicking was the problem for us in the playoffs. It wasn't. But again, you got to take a holistic approach on everything. I got to take a holistic approach in fixing. I got to understand moderation on Sunday subs and things like that, and make sure during the week that I go ahead and eat right so that way I can have my cheat day on game days. You know, there has to be a balance of all these things. And so I went out last night and I was talking about the difference in these games. You saw Buffalo and Kansas City's offensive lines giving all kinds of time to Josh Allen and Pat Mahomes. They were able to survey the field and throw the football. On the flip side, you saw Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady getting killed because their offensive lines couldn't protect them, much in the same way Dak Prescott was. 5 sacks. Our offensive line gave up 5 sacks in the playoff game. And so my video last night was about the importance of fixing the offensive line. Charles Haley put it right. You expect to win with a garbage-ass center and guard? You're not going to. You're going to get eaten for lunch. Your quarterback's not going to have time, and he's going to look like ass. That's what happened to Aaron Rodgers. You can't tell me that Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady can't play. They can't play when they're on their back. They can't. So somebody commented this morning. I woke up this morning, I'm looking at comments and things, and somebody commented, "Oh, you finally realize it's about the offensive line. Maybe if we had not paid that garbage-ass quarterback all the money, that $70 million, we'd have money to fix the offensive line." See, stop. Don't be that guy that doesn't understand what you're talking about, because it's better to be quiet and have people think you're an idiot than opening your mouth and being an idiot. Because here's the thing. You have heard Skip Bayless, "Oh, Dak Prescott's getting $70 million, a $70 million quarterback. This is what we get." Okay. That $70 million is not a salary cap hit. Not even close to a salary cap hit. In fact, you could go ahead and say, because some people say we should have just franchised him. Well, had we franchised Dak Prescott, he would have had the highest quarterback hit last year at $38.5 million. Instead, we did a contract that he was only paid on the cap $17 million. See, this is the kind of bullshit that people believe is true because they're misled. In the same way Aaron Rodgers said, "I'm immunized." He wasn't really speaking the truth. He wasn't vaccinated. That was the question. But it leads you to think something that's not. Because I want you to understand, my point here is not to belittle people, but to educate them so you understand what's going on. Because last year, Russell Wilson was the biggest cap hit in football at $32 million. Even though we constantly hear Dak Prescott's $40 million a year quarterback. Okay, that's great for the talking heads. Reality is, Kirk Cousins was the number 2 hit at 31. Aaron Rodgers was the 3rd hit at $27 million. Matt Ryan at 26 was 4th. Jimmy Garoppolo, 5th at 26 million. And somebody said, "Oh, well, Jimmy Garoppolo, see, he took a team-friendly deal. He's not making a whole lot of money." It's like, yeah, but Jimmy Garoppolo made a lot more last year, technically on the cap, than Dak did. Ben Roethlisberger was 25. Derek Carr was 22. Carson Wentz was 21 for the Colts, as well as 35 in dead money to the Eagles. And then there's Matthew Stafford at 20. And then finally at 10, you get down to 17.2. So your argument of if we hadn't paid Dak, we could have fixed the offensive line doesn't hold water. It doesn't. Because if we had done the franchise tag it would have cost $20 million more. Oh, but I know everybody's going to say, yeah, but see, that's just the first year because it's team friendly. Well, fellas, let's take a look at next year's, or should I say this year's number. Matty Ice, who will probably be cut or have to take a pay cut or something, is $48.5 million. And Aaron Rodgers, who people are saying, oh, man, we could get Aaron Rodgers maybe leaving Green Bay. Let's go get Aaron Rodgers. Is $46 million. Kirk Cousins is 45. Deshaun Watson is 40. Ryan Tannehill is 38. Russell Wilson is 37. Pat Mahomes is 35, followed by Dak at 34. See, here's what you got to understand. Dak Prescott's number next year is less than the dead money hit the Eagles took to tell him to get out of town. So this whole thing of Dak Prescott, he's taking all, it's not. He's not. And understand, Russell Wilson's going to want a new deal. Understand, Aaron Rodgers, if he comes back, is going to want a new deal. And then you have people behind him that are going to be getting deals too. What you're going to actually look at in 2 years from now, we're going to be looking at saying, damn, Dak Prescott's contract is really good. It's really good. So I've been waiting this morning. Okay, I've been waiting this morning because after last week, we know how they treated the Dallas Cowboys. We know that they talked about the Dallas Cowboys and they got to the playoffs, one and done. The Dallas Cowboys, the play calling and Kellen Moore, Dak Prescott didn't do anything. They just looked awful. They're a disgrace and so on. So I was waiting. From the time Green Bay lost, and yes, I'm happy about it. I'm happy about it because I'm sick and tired of people saying, if we only had Aaron Rodgers, we're winning the Super Bowl every year. And in fact, I saw a meme this morning with a question. Do you want Aaron Rodgers for the Dallas Cowboys? They had him in Cowboys gear. I'm like, come on, man. Come on, man. But this morning, I haven't heard, I have not watched it yet, but I wanted to check this out, get up this morning to see what they had to say about little old Dak Prescott versus Aaron frickin' Rodgers and see if they use the word Aaron Rodgers chokes in the playoffs. I just want to see if it's going to be fair and treated the same way as they treat the Dallas Cowboys.
And Rodgers and the Packers suffering a stunning loss to the 49ers. He falls to 0-4 in his playoff career against San Francisco. He was held without a touchdown pass for the first time in a playoff game since 2010. And walking off, all the conversation was about his future. So very quickly, let's just talk about candidly, what a bad night he had. Dan, you've got some tape.
Yeah, I thought it was the worst game he's played all season on the field, probably at least since week one. And what made him the MVP this year was doing the little things at the most respectful level. He gets that inside pick. It's a double team to Devontae. I've seen him throw this ball to the tight end 40 times this year because that's the right play. And for some reason, he looks there and doesn't do it. That was uncharacteristic of him. Up top, safety's going to hang on the hash. We're going to get drop-down coverage. Devontae again at the bottom of the screen. It's really another almost double team on Devontae. That tight end up top on 2nd 11 is right there. Aaron has thrown that 50 times this year. For some reason, he doesn't. Scrambles away, nothing's there. Now you're going to get a stick nod by this tight end. I have seen Aaron Rodgers make this throw this season 10 times up over those linebackers. But he does it on 2nd and 10, scrambles, and there's a low ball to DeGuara that's a tough catch. And there's 6 or 7 plays in this game where I watched Aaron Rodgers make those throws this year at such a respectful level. Like, it's an easy throw, but I'm going to make it, and it's going to be perfect, and that's what made him the MVP, and it just didn't happen Saturday night, and that's the most confusing part of that game for me.
Well, maybe because he figured my defense is that offense isn't going to score against us all night long. I won't make the big mistake. One way or another, little picture is one thing.
I won't.
Big picture, because since April, it's all been about Aaron Rodgers' future. The future has now arrived.
Wait. So hold up. See, this you know it's funny. It was Aaron Rodgers figuring that the defense wouldn't let the other team score, and I just don't want to make a mistake. So you're saying he was just holding back. Okay, I get it.
Here's what he said after the game.
I don't know. I'm still super competitive. I still know I can play at a high level. So it's going to be a tough decision. A lot of things to weigh in the coming weeks. So many guys' contracts are up or on the brink or salary cap stuff. So a lot of decisions to be made. I don't want to be a part of a rebuild if I'm going to keep playing. So a lot of decisions, in the next couple of months.
That's just not a conversation he was expecting to have this quickly. What do we say about the Packers right now?
They got exactly what they deserved. And my point is, I hated the pick on Jordan Love. All right. We've seen the ripple effect the last 2 seasons. Anytime you get to a championship game, all right, you're one game away from the big one. All right. So what you do, you try to get better and go for it. Sell out. We're watching the Rams sell out, aren't we? We're watching these guys. That's what you do. You go for a championship. And they did just the opposite. They got a scout team quarterback. Congratulations. Could he have used Justin Jefferson or another receiver in there? I promise you he could have. All right? But they're getting what they deserve. And guess what, Green Bay? This man's going to walk out the door. And you know what? That Minnesota Viking job, that Chicago Bear job, people are going to race to those. Why? Because they can win the division. You are no longer going to be the big dogs in that division as soon as Aaron Rodgers walks out that door.
I can't, guys. I can't let Rex do that. I cannot.
Yep.
I love Rex Ryan. Rex Ryan is my guy. Monday mornings have been great for me, but Rex Ryan is full of that stuff right now.
Oh, he says so.
Because we can't the whole season make the Green Bay Packers the favorite. Say how great they are on offense. Talk about Aaron Rodgers being the MVP and then get to this moment and blame it on the team. I'm not letting it happen. I still think, looking face to face with any man on the football field, he's the best quarterback I've ever played. But last night I started to think about this. Where's Aaron Rodgers' playoff moment that we all remember? Where's Aaron Rodgers' Patrick Mahomes games from last night? Where's Aaron Rodgers' comeback from Patrick Mahomes in the year that they won the Super Bowl? Where's the Eli Manning pass to Manningham? Where's it to Dave Tyree? Where's the Tom Brady putting the football in position for Adam Vinatieri to kick to beat the greatest show on turf? Where's that moment? Where are we talking about a playoff moment where the Green Bay Packers weren't better than the other team? Where Clay Matthews didn't make Rashard Mendenhall fumble? Where Nick Collins didn't get a pick six because Marquise Pouncey couldn't play and you had a backup at center and you were able to get pressure from B.J. Raji? Where is Aaron Rodgers' moment? Is he an Hall of Fame guy? Yes. First ballot. Is he an all-time great? Yes. He is one of the best to ever do it. But tell me when, in the playoffs, Aaron Rodgers has elevated the Green Bay Packers. All we talked about for years is the fact that the Green Bay Packers needed to elevate Aaron Rodgers. I get it. Maybe they could have made another pick. Maybe they could have did some other things. They won 13 games the last 3 seasons in the regular seasons, and they didn't make plays in the playoffs. They scored 10 points. We crushed Dak Prescott last week because he didn't put enough points on the board. Aaron Rodgers is supposed to be the baddest man in the world, and they scored 10 points at home in an ice fortress that nobody wants to play in. At some point, we got to look at Aaron Rodgers.
There you go. There you go.
And there'll be plenty of time for it. By the way, in that ice fortress, they're now 7-7 in their last 14 home playoff games. But let's go to the bigger question here. Do you believe, Dan, that we have seen Aaron Rodgers' last game as a Packer?
Oh, man. It feels that way, yes. It feels that way. And I think for Aaron, I would say that the question has to become, do I want to keep playing football? I think he has to answer that question for himself. And then the next step is, do I want to keep playing football in Green Bay? Yes or no? If the answer is, I want to play football, but not in Green Bay, where does he think that it's a better opportunity on the field to go win a championship or off the field, quality of life, whatever that may be? But I think that's that step process. But I got to go back to what RC said real quick. I know. I think that is going to be the public perception of Aaron Rodgers. Not mine, but the public perception is going to be, that's it? Like, that's it? As great as you were. One?
Yep.
You know, and the question no longer is going to be when he gets his next Super Bowl. It's going to be if he gets his next Super Bowl.
I've played against them all, coached against them all. Literally all of them, okay? From Peyton Manning, all these dang guys. Brett Favre, you name it. All right, this is the best thrower of the football I've ever seen.
I agree.
But it doesn't mean he's the best player of all time.
I agree.
The GOAT is down in Tampa.
Right.
Why? Because he can win all these things. He doesn't
he
need
didn't yesterday.
other players around him. This quarterback
that's
needs other
bullshit.
players, and I'll never, ever go against what I believe. I believe that they should have for it because they need him. This guy's legacy is the fact he's come up short. You have Aaron Rodgers, the most talented guy of all time, and you won one Super Bowl? Like, there's something wrong with that.
Both things can be true. It can be true that they could have done more around him, and what RC says can be true at the same time.
I still haven't heard the word choke.
We've seen the last of Rodgers in Green Bay. This is the question. I have it on my Twitter page right now. Who is the greatest quarterback in Packers history? Because the guy on the right of your screen
That's mine.
should not be left out of this conversation. He won 5 championships in a 7-year span.
You literally have to look at Bart Starr.
Total of 2.
The reason it's called the Lombardi Trophy is Bart Starr.
ESPN Greeny.
And
we'll check it out
Lombardi.
as we go. In the meantime,
Mahomes looks to throw it.
All right, so we have roasted Aaron frickin' Rodgers. And so, of course, we have Cowboy fans that whenever anybody is available, they always think that the grass is greener and we need that guy. And for me to literally see a meme of Aaron Rodgers in a Cowboy gear lets me know some of y'all just don't seem to understand football. And this whole thing of, a franchise quarterback can win with nobody around him is bullshit. We saw Tom Brady, who arguably is the greatest quarterback of all time. I say the greatest quarterback to never get hit. Looking terrible. We saw Aaron Rodgers not get a touchdown pass and lose the 3rd year in a row being 13-3 in the playoffs. So we'll see where it goes from here. It just is what it is. And with that being said, time for me to get to work. I got a lot of work to do. Work on the new channel, work on Joe Boo's Man Cave, and, of course, keeping up with all you trolls out there. So, FYI, you trolls and you haters, I'm drinking coffee without cream. I'm giving up sugar and carbs. Don't test me. Don't test me.
Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report